We're coming across two people in this week's Parashah, Paro and Moshe. One is evil, that uses his mouth for always slandering and saying bad things and turning his back on people who did good to him. And one is Moshe Rabbeinu, who is always looking out for his brothers and goes and put himself under the burden even though he's a prince. And he's feeling the pain of his brothers and always talking good about them. What's the difference over here? And what is this supposed to do in these 6 weeks of Shovavim that we have to work on? So the biggest thing, first of all, is something we talked about before, is Hakarat HaTov. How Jewish people have to have appreciation for everything. Of course, to God for giving us everything, to people who are good to us and do good for us, husbands and wives together, friends, and also for children. We always have to show gratitude, that we appreciate the things that Hashem has given us. On the other hand, we see a guy like Paro, who's a Rasha Merusha, comes after all the good things that Yosef has done for the empire of Egypt, turns his back on his people, on the Jewish people, and says, who is God that I should recognize him? Starts with a human being, ends up turning his back on God. That's the way it works. Someone who doesn't have gratitude for a person who does good to him, eventually will not have gratitude for the creator of the world. And that's what happened to Paro. That's what could happen to any single one of us if you don't act like Moshe Rabbeinu. If you don't show appreciation to each other. And that's the work of these 6 weeks. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to use our mouth to have gratitude and appreciate and say thank you. Because we know Paro is Pera, meaning a bad-mouther. But we, the Jewish people, we have what we call Pesach. A Peh, the mouth that says good things. Good things of Ruchaniut, spirituality. We had the first Pesach in Egypt. Why? Because Hashem says, if you want to come out, you want to be my people, you have to show appreciations with your mouth. You have to show that you care about each other, just like it was that we came out of Egypt because we held to our clothing, to the way that we dress, to our lashon, that we talked the holy language, and we didn't change our names. Yaakov did not become Kobe, and Shulamit didn't become Shuli, and all these things. We kept to the spirituality, and to the names, and to the dress code, to the Kedusha and the Tahara, to the holiness of the human beings, of the Jewish people. When they kept their mouths, the mouth in Hebrew is Peh, which is Milah. Milah and Peh are the same gematria, numerical value. That if you're watching your mouth and your holiness, then Hashem is going to help you watch the Brit Milah, so you won't become an immoral person. So to a woman, if she uses her mouth to say Tehillim and to do goodness to others that have helped her, and to her husband and to the kids, and to show appreciation to Hashem, then she also keeps her modesty. She doesn't go and become like a woman that we see on the streets today, unfortunately, because of all this goyish influences. We are holy people, and these are the works of the 6 weeks that we have right now. The opportunity that we have to work on our holiness by working on our mouth and our Brit Milah. We end up with a story of Hakarat HaTov to see how important it is that we have to be grateful and not be ingrates. Story is told of a man who went into a jungle and lost his way, and is afraid, lions, bears, what have you, and it's getting dark, and then he runs into a monkey. The monkey has Rahman on him, he has mercy on him. He says, what are you doing here? He says, I'm lost, what can I do? He's like, don't worry, I'm in the jungle, in the jungle, I know the way, I'll show you the way. In the meantime, he's showing the way, comes the lion, wants to eat both of them. They run up and jump onto a tree and they climb up. But the lion is not going away. The lion is there for hours and hours until they're getting tired. Nightfall already, 2 a.m. So the monkey says, how about this? If you both stay up, you're going to fall out of being tiredness and he's going to eat us. Let's take turns. I'll watch for 2 hours, you go to sleep, and then other way around. Okay, the monkey stops. He starts to do the watching for 2 hours, like a soldier standing there, looking over the man, that he doesn't fall and everything. After 2 hours, he gets up and he goes to sleep. The monkey. But then the human being is thinking to himself, monkey, there's a lot of monkeys here in the jungle. So it'll be one less. If I throw him off while he's sleeping, the lion will eat it. I could go. I already know where he told me to go. He doesn't overcome his inclination. Pushes the monkey. The monkey falls. But somehow at the last minute with his tail and what have you, grabs this and grabs that, climbs back up. And the person is looking at the monkey, and the monkey is looking at the man. What kind of busha and embarrassment the person has to this monkey. A monkey! They don't say anything. The lion leaves after a few hours, they come down. The monkey, still loyal to the guy, walks into where he has to go, looks at him one last time and walks away. But the embarrassment of this person stayed with him with his whole life. This story tells us, even to a monkey, how we're embarrassed if you don't show appreciation for he did something good for us. So too to a human being, so much so more. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Paro started with Yosef, human being, he turned his back on him. At the end of the Parashah, he said, who's God that I should recognize him? That's what happens to a person who's an ingrate. Ingrate people, they eventually come and turn their back to the ultimate, to the creator of the world. But the Jewish people, like we said, we have to follow the likes of Yosef HaSadiq, Moshe Rabbeinu, our forefathers, who always showed appreciation. And they always stayed in their holiness. They didn't change their names, their clothing, and also the woman stayed modest. Whatever it was in Egypt, none of them went off to there, none of them married an Egyptian, and everybody just stayed holy. And they did the Brit Milah, and they were holy, and they went with it to the end. Azizeh Hashem, we should learn from them to go with the Pesach, with the holy mouth, not with the Pera like Paro. This way, with the holiness that Hashem loves so much, and with the immorality that He hates so much, if you don't go in that direction, we go in the direction of the holiness, and our women are modest, and we use our mouth in the right way, this is the biggest way that Hashem could help us to come out of this galut. Bimhera v'yamenu, amen. Shabbat shalom.